What is going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today we are going to be taking a look at a couple of little updates that appeared in Dokkan here that will be showing up most likely on Tuesday would be my guess. Yeah, it's pretty much when most Dokkan thing comes out these days. I mean, Dokkan Fest have come out on the weekends sometimes, but nonetheless, let's take a look at the very, very brief bit of news that we saw, and we're going to go over that because it kind of shows potentially who could be getting a little bit of a Dokkan Awakening or a Rebirth in the near future, and maybe some clues to who the new extreme tech guy will be. So anyway, so let's take a look first at the news real quick, okay? So if you notice, oh, hey, look at this. We got a new story event going on. Yes, that is right. We have this new story event coming around, and it is a Bio Broly. Wow, this is definitely not popular. I know Broly, the aspect of Broly himself is popular, but Bio Broly, really? That was definitely the weakest of the three movies in my opinion. But hey, you know what? I guess they're going to try and cover everything, so who knows? But yes, so, but it is interesting because it literally says Bio Broly o Dokkan Festu. Or not Dokkan Fest, but Dokkan event, essentially. So it's kind of like, okay. Well, we all know that Dokkan story stuff is a little different than a Dokkan Fest, so let's continue. Let's continue for a second. So obviously it says story here. You know, it talks about how Broly is found, and it says Soste Goten Trunksu Ju Hachigo wa. You know, up here Satan. You know, Bio Broly Tachi ga Matsu Shiga it. And it just keeps talking blah blah blah. It's just a story, yada yada. We all know it, okay? So then it just goes into the fact that there's going to be an event. It is not exactly scheduled yet, but from what we can see, from what it's been data mined, it's coming out on Tuesday, which is the 13th, I believe. Today's the 9th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or maybe Monday. I don't know, 10th, 11th, 12th. No, that would be Tuesday, actually. So yeah, that's really all we know. So and the reason I think this is, you know, obviously it's a story, it's a little story event, is because it's just like any other one we've had. We had the other Broly, the second coming of Broly. We had, you know, Dragon Ball Super. We've had all these story event things, which means there are going to be medals in there probably. If there are going to be in-game cards that we can farm and everything, I have no idea yet. Probably not, but maybe, you never know. But yeah, so that event is coming. And the reason, and I have a feeling that the AGL SSJ Trunk, or Goten, and the physical SSJ Trunks will probably get an Awaken. You know, those SSRs that a lot of us have pulled probably. And unfortunately, because it is a story event and not a Dokkan Fest, they're probably getting the Rebirth link. Hashtag shafted down below right now. You know it. Hashtag shafted for getting that Rebirth link. I don't care what anybody says. If you had to pick between Fierce Battle and the way that the game is currently right now and the Rebirth link, Fierce Battle is the one you always want. And the fact that they got Rebirth, that adds insult a little bit, because the fact that we literally just got the Gotenks, the updated Gotenks event last week. We just got that, and now they're just like, oh, hey, by the way, here's a new event. But this Trunks and Goten that we could have awakened and given Fierce Battle and actually made somewhat relevant on mono teams now, nope, we're just going to put them into the Rebirth category, and let's face it, there are much better ones. And so if you're wondering about what Trunks and Goten I am talking about, if we go into my cards and we go cost, they should be right down here. Where are they? Trunks, Goten, here we are. Okay, so we've got, ironically, Gotenks is right in the middle. Okay, so we got this Trunks here. We got physical Trunks. His leader skill is just physical, HP, and defense up 60%. If he gets an Awaken, it's probably going to become like Nova Shenron, where it's going to be Ki plus 2 or 3, defense and HP up 60%. So not a bad leader by any chance. He's not bad if you have any good physical leaders. But he gets a attack up 70% when he supers, so maybe that will change to 80 or 90% when he gets his little Awaken. And the reason, especially with Trunks here, is the fact that if he had gotten the Fierce Battle, if you did not have someone like this SSJ Gotenks, the one where you Dokkan Awaken him, and he gets attack up 100% on his super attack, Trunks here is a very decent sub option for you, because he links really well with the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. And it's unfortunate because, you know, he creates all those links just like, because right now one rotation that you're always going to usually run is you're going to have SSJ Gotenks, the Dokkan Awakened one, and you're going to have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and you're going to have them linked together. They activate a lot of attack links, not to mention the fusion link and everything like that. So they're good with that right there. And actually, it doesn't give Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 too much ki, and as long as you don't have a third person providing ki, you can still get his 11 ki attack, which is obviously his strongest one. Again, 12 ki is obviously amazing now because they made that change and everything. So Trunks here, though, he's a good replacement. He would have been great. I mean, granted, let me stop myself right there for a second. He will be a good replacement with that Rebirth Link. Do not get me wrong on that. It's just that not having that fierce battle, that leaves out both him and Goten Super Saiyan 3 if you're linking them together, or even Vegeta Blue if you have to have them linked together for one turn. That's leaving an extra 15% an attack out. And if anyone knows that running these leaders today, that 15% is a huge difference sometimes. It truly can be a decent difference. So unfortunately, if I am correct, which I have a feeling it is because they're going the same route that they've done this in before, this means that Trunks and Goten are going to get their awakening, but it's going to be a rebirth. The same thing happened with the family Kamehameha, Goku, Gohan, and Goten. They all got that rebirth link, and unfortunately kind of got shafted on that. So that's why I'm always saying hashtag shafted down below because of these guys. So unfortunately, that is the Trunks. And then Goten here, he's actually not bad as well. He's agility, HP, and defense of 60%. Could turn into the same leader. Him, on the other hand, is HP above 50%, attack up 70%. So he's probably going to go down to something like, you know, if HP is 30% or above, attack up 80 or 90%, or maybe attack and defense up 70%. So he could be a good, viable kind of sub option from Vegeta Blue, who has the Fierce Battle Link and does 80% to attack and defense when supering. So this guy, though, you don't have to super. He automatically gets it. So that's not too bad. Again, though, it's unfortunate that he is not getting that Fierce Battle Link. If, again, I am correct, I am not sure on that yet, but potentially that is what's going to happen. So, and I guess I need to awaken you. I don't know why I've kept you. I really don't use it. But yeah. Anyway, so those are probably the two that are going to get awakened from some medal or something like that from Bio Broly's little events thing. And you'll have to collect a certain amount of medals, probably 7 or so. And you Dokkan awaken them, and boom, they get a Dokkan awakened. So it is, if it is the way that I think it's going to go, it is a really sad and unfortunate they did not give the new Gotenks medals to Dokkan awaken these two. I honestly wish they had done that. They didn't even need to Dokkan awaken them into Gotenks like they did with the original Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. It would have been nice just to let these two get a Dokkan to a TUR and actually have a TUR Goten and Trunks. That would have been pretty cool in my opinion. I actually might have tried out Trunks. Honestly would have. I probably would have taken out Super Saiyan 3 Goku, or not Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, the physical one. So, because the more and more I'm running my physical team, I'm finding that that attack up 25% is nice, but that key, though, can be a little bit detrimental sometimes, depending on how fast I want to try and take something out. Again, he's not bad by any means. I still love running him, and I still do. But Trunks would have been a nice little alternative. Just throw him in there, kind of test him out and everything, see what works, what doesn't. Because he would, even though you wouldn't be getting that 25% attack to everyone on the field, if I had Trunks and Gotenks, it's both Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan, then that 10, you know, he would have been activating all these attack links, which would have been really nice. So it would have been something cool to test out. I still might try that out, but it's just that lack of fierce battle, unfortunately, it can be a bit of a hindrance. It certainly can. So you guys know me. I really don't personally like the Rebirth link. The what is it? Not prepare for battle, but shattering the limit. Yeah. So unfortunately, that is going to be the case. So now, what does this have to do with the Extreme Tech card that should be coming out pretty soon? Well, I was talking with a couple people in a chat that I'm part of, and some people were thinking maybe this is a key to what the Extreme Tech could be. And if this is a huge if, there is no, before I even continue, there is no evidence towards this. There has been no news, no nothing. This is pure speculation and thoughts and opinions and everything right here, okay? So we are not saying this is true, but this is just some thoughts that we're going through, and I thought, that actually could work, I'm not gonna lie. So, our thoughts were, okay, we got a Bio Broly event coming in. If there is a farmable card in here of some kind of Bio Broly or something like that, maybe, or maybe some kind of Super Saiyan Broly maybe or something like that, maybe, just maybe, this Bio Broly, or some form of Bio Broly, could be the Tech TUR. And the reason but I'm not gonna say Super Saiyan or anything like that, because we just got LR Broly, so it would have to just actually be Bio Broly. Maybe like it's gonna be like Merge Zamasu, where the SSR is the normal Super Saiyan Broly, not Rage guy, but with the white eyes and everything, but the guy who's actually somewhat in control at the Super Saiyan state. And then when you Dokkan awaken him, just like Merge Zamasu, he would then go to his Bio Freak Out mode, essentially, all goopy and globby and everything like that. So that is actually a possibility. Or maybe eventually in the future, instead of this being him being a Tech Extreme, maybe he'll be the Extreme Villain card or something like that, kind of like Merge Zamasu. Who knows? That is kind of out of the point. But the reason we thought this, though, or the reason that some of my friends brought this up, and I thought, this actually could work, is the fact that if there is a farmable card in there, that could be used to up the super attack of this villain card. As you guys all know, all the villains cards, they love to give their farmable SA to, which is really nice. I love the fact that they do that. They don't give them to the heroes as much. They really don't. Super Saiyan 4, both of them. Then you have Super Gogeta, and then you have Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. None of them have a Dokkan Awake or farmable super attack. Only Super Saiyan 3 Goku does, because let's face it, JP loves Goku here. But all of the villains have some form of farmable super, whether it's via an SR that you get from a summon that has a very high pull rate, or just from an event. It's gone way back to Buhan. They had it for Goku Black. They had it for Merzamas. They've had it for all these guys. So I guess Rose was the one technicality that didn't have it, but nonetheless, there are a lot of villains that have that. So if this is the case, this could potentially lead to the future of having some Bio Brawly or something like that that could have a farmable super, which does make sense. Again, there is no evidence to point towards this. There's no news or anything like that, but it is kind of a possibility if you take a look at this. So, of course, I could be completely wrong. I could be overreacting to this, overlooking this, and just being like, oh, well, no, actually, that's not the case. And it is still going to be like full power Frieza or someone like that. You know, who knows when it comes to that fact. But nonetheless, I think that'd be pretty cool if this does happen. So I just want to throw my thoughts at that real quick. And yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Again, what do you think? Do you think that this could potentially help and lead into the new Tech Extreme Guide? Do you think Trunks and Goten are going to get the Shaft? Hashtag Shaft down below if you think they're going to get the Rebirth link, or do you think they'll get the Fierce Battle? Unfortunately, as we already know, if it is from a Story Dokkan event, then we know that they are going to get the Rebirth link. Now, if this happens to just be something like a story event, and then it includes an update for the Goten and Gotenks, or sorry, not the Goten and Gotenks, the Goten and Trunks, and then you use the Gotenks medals to Dokkan Awaken them, then I could see them getting Fierce Battle. But if this event has any medals right now, I don't see it happening. And the reason I can say this is because when you look at this art, this is most likely going to be the art for their Dokkan Awakens for their TUR forms. So who knows though? We should be seeing some kind of data leak mine thing coming in a couple of days probably. You can look on Twitter for that, and then I might do an update video to this if possible, or we'll simply see it on Tuesday and bam, you know, Bob's your uncle essentially. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and this kind of little update. Let me know down in the comments below though. Do you think this is a sign towards the Tech Extreme type, or do you think it's still gonna be someone else and, you know, worth overthinking this way too much? Do you think that Goten and Trunks are gonna get the Shaft? Hashtag Shaft down below, or do you think they'll get Fierce Battle? Hashtag Fierce Battle or hashtag Shaft. I know what hashtag Shaft will mean, so let me know down in the comments below. As always, leave a like if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, I'll see you in the next one.